Hello, guys. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are excited for this event. Before going, let me introduce myself. I am Rajesh Penugonda. I'm a third year computer science undergraduate student from IST Shipur, which is in Howrah. Okay, so I'm passionate about IoT, embedded systems, Android, and also competitive programming. So the fields that I have chosen seem like different. So I always want to explore things in multiple fields. So I choose like that. Uh, okay, so let's start today's session. Let me share my screen. Okay. Today we are going to build industrial temperature alert system. So which is an IoT based temperature alert device. Before building any project, we need to know the applications of the project and what is the problem that it solves, and what are the uses and its cost, and how to maintain. So these are all the factors we need to consider before building any project. So this temperature alert system, when we talk about this, let's see first what are the advantages of it. Let's take an example. We have a medical factory, and we are manufacturing medicines in it. You all might know that we need to manufacture medicines at a particular temperature, right? So we need to maintain the temperature. So how we are going to do that? We'll set the temperature, but sometimes it may go wrong that the temperature exceeds the maximum limit, or it goes even below the minimum. So how we get to know about this? One solution is we can hire an employee, and he will monitor the temperature every 15 minutes, or let's say every 30 minutes. But humans also can make mistakes. Now what is the solution for this? If we don't take care about this problem, what happens is, if uh, something goes wrong, and we have to discard the total batch of the medicines that we have manufactured, and this will lead to a huge cost. The solution provided by IoT is a temperature alert system. So what a temperature alert system will do is, it will continuously monitor the temperature, and it will alert us whenever the temperature exceeds or goes below the minimum range. Okay, so here there is no need of an employee, and there is no human errors actually. So everything is automated, and we can get alerts, and with the help of those alerts we can solve the issue, and we can save a lot of money with this small installation. So cost is very small. With this device cost only see in thousands, and we can save a lot of money by this. This is the application, major application of this industrial temperature alert system. A temperature alert system monitors and alerts if anything goes wrong, and it become essential part nowadays in healthcare, hospitals, clinics, and food business and other industries. So with the temperature alert system, we can easily track the temperature, control it, and regulate it also. So this alert system will make sure that the temperature dependent products stay safe as they're being transported also, and also when they're manufactured. These are the major applications of installing a temperature alert device in our factory. One is automatic alerts. So this one is a major application as we have been discussing, and notifications for change in temperature. Sometimes we might want notifications when the temperature is fluctuating. If it is not going wrong, but we want notifications even it is fluctuating. In that case also, we can monitor it, and with the help of those changes, we can get notifications. We can get detailed reports, analysis, because we can have records over the time period, and we can use those for any machine learning algorithms later on also. Temperature tracking, so we can track the temperature from anywhere in the world. We don't have to be in the this factory, and monitor the temperature. Customized indicators, and the indicators that we want, it may be SMS, mail, telegram, or anything. So those can be customized. These are the major applications of a temperature alert system. I think with this you all are excited for this project. uh, so let's get started. Today, our goal is to make a temperature alert device, so which will alert us by sending an SMS. by sending an email, so by sending a telegram message, and also there will be an LED associated with it, it will glow. Okay, so we can use a buzzer also in place of LED. Okay, that depends on us. So here in this project I used LED. Okay, uh, I think you all are going to learn how to send automated SMSs, how to send automatic mails and telegram messages in this project. The hardware components that are required for this project is LM35 temperature sensor, which is the major sensor, like which is going to monitor the temperature or measure the temperature, and Bolt Wi-Fi module. This is the heart of our project, and it will connect the hardware and software actually. LED light. So as I mentioned earlier, we also want an LED indicator. So for that, this LED light. Now three male to female wires. So why these are required? Bolt module has female slots, and as you all know, LM35 has pins. So to connect them, we can use male to female wires. Okay. Now 330 ohm resistor, which is to control the current which passes through LED, and finally an USB cable, which is to give the power supply to our Bolt Wi-Fi module. Okay, so these are the hardware components required. I think you can arrange them pretty well. If you are a student of Bolt, you can get a Bolt Wi-Fi module and this temperature sensor, and USB cable you can easily get, and resistors also they'll provide. So with the Bolt kit, you can easily make this project. Okay, these are the connections of the hardware. Okay, so how I have connected it, I have connected this Bolt Wi-Fi module to this LM35 temperature sensor. So these connections also I'll explain, and I also connected an LED, and this USB cable is to give the power supply to the Bolt Wi-Fi module. Okay. First of all, we have to connect our Bolt Wi-Fi module to our local Wi-Fi. This you'll get to know from the Bolt docs. That is very easy. And later, so how to connect this temperature sensor. So see, this is LM35 temperature sensor, and place it like this so that you can read LM35 from left to right. Now, so identify these pins as the first pin is VCC, or you can say positive or 5-volt pin. The middle one is the output pin, and the last one is the ground pin. So these three pins are with the name itself, we can connect them. So the first one we need to connect to VCC, or you can say 5-volt. The middle one I'm going to connect to ADC, analog to digital converter pin. Why I'm connecting this? So this LM35 temperature sensor measures the temperature, and that will be in analog form, and computers only can operate on digital data. So we need to convert that analog data into digital form. For that, we need an analog to digital converter pin. Luckily, our Bolt Wi-Fi module gives inbuilt ADC, so that is A0 pin. Okay, so for that, this output pin, I'm going to connect to A0 pin. Okay, you can see on the Bolt Wi-Fi module that pin. The last one is, as the name itself indicating, we have to connect it to ground. Okay, so these are the hardware connections. Now, how to connect this LED? LED is simple. So Bolt provides 4 GPIO pins, and you can connect the positive one to any GPIO pin, 0, 1, 2, 3, or anything, and the negative one you can connect to ground. But don't forget to connect resistor in series between it. You know, like how to connect a resistor in series with the LED, right? So the positive pin in the GPIO pin, the negative one is connected to the resistor one end, and the other resistor end is connected to ground. So this is the hardware connections, and the hardware connections are pretty simple. There is uh, nothing complicated, but the major thing is software. So how we are going to handle it, how we're going to send alerts, and how to get the input from the LM35. So these all things will do via software. Okay, uh, to control these devices, we can use Bolt Python module. Let's go to Bolt Python module docs and see what are the features provided by it. So this is the official documentation of Bolt Python library. So you can search for Bolt Python module and you can come to this page. Now let's see what are the things they have given. So this is how you can install the module in your device. Sudo pip install Bolt IoT. So this will install the Bolt IoT module in your device. And these commands are for Linux. Okay. So this touch file name.py. So you can create a file.py file using touch command. So these two commands are for mm, Linux. Okay. How to connect to our Bolt device? I mean, we are using a Bolt device in our project, right? So how to connect that particular Bolt device? For that, Bolt IoT Wi-Fi module gives a Bolt class. Okay, so this Bolt class, we need to initialize with API key and device ID. So these two, with these two, we can identify a device. Okay, so these are unique for each and every Bolt device. These things how you get. Okay, go to Bolt Cloud. So this is your Bolt device ID. Okay. Now, when you go to here API, here you will get the API key. Okay. So you can copy it from here and use it. Now again come to this Python docs. Now my Bolt is equal to Bolt API key and device ID. So with these two, you can connect to your Bolt device uniquely. Okay. Now how to get input and output from GPIO pins? So my bolt is actually the object of Bolt class. I think you understood this. Now digital write function will allow us to give digital input and output. So what are the digital inputs and outputs? That is actually high and low, or 1 and 0. Okay. So what this line is saying is write 1 at GPIO 0. Okay, high means 1, low means 0. So write 1 at 0. Okay, in the same way, we can use digital read command. Digital read command, here this 0 is the pin number again. So we can read it and that will be stored in response. Okay, and analog read and analog write also. So for analog write, we need to give the pin number and the value that we want to write. And also for reading also, we need to just give the pin number. Just digital write, digital read, and analog write and analog read. I think these are pretty simple. Now how to send automatic SMS, that also given here, alert notification. Bolt uses Twilio for sending automated SMSs. Okay, for that we first need to create an account in Twilio. Okay, so go to the site and create an account. So I have already created. Okay, now what are the things that we require to send SMSs? As they are mentioning, first one is SID. So we need an SID, authorized token, from number, and to number. These four we need to send automated SMS. Now let's find them in Twilio dashboard. When you scroll down, here you can get SID and authorized token. You can copy them and can use in your project. And this is the from number. So this Twilio phone number is unique and uh, it will be given by Twilio for each user account. So these three are the things required. And the fourth one is to number, right? So that we can give, I mean, to which number we want to send SMSs. All right. So we get to know about this also. SID, authorized token, from number, and to number. Now how to send SMS? First, we need to initialize SMS class object. This SMS class is also a part of Bolt IoT module from Bolt IoT import SMS, right? So import SMS class from Bolt IoT library they are mentioning. This we need to initialize an object of this SMS class. It takes four parameters. One is SID, authorized token, to number, and from number. So this order we need to mention, or you can also use named parameters, that also works. And SMS dot send SMS function will send automated SMSs So here we need to write our message that we want to send. With this small piece of code, we can send automated messages. Okay. Now, how to send automated emails. Okay. Uh, for that also, you need to create an account in Mailgun. So Bolt uses Mailgun for setting automated emails. First, go to this page and create an account. Okay, so I have already created it. So this will be the home page when you create an account. Now, what are the things required? Let's see that. Okay, uh, they're telling that we need API key, sandbox URL, sender email, and recipient email. So, how to get these four from the Mailgun dashboard? When you go below, here there is an URL. You can just click on it. Now you can select API. We are going to use API, right? And here you can get your API key, and also here you can get your sandbox URL. So two things that we got. One is API key, and another is sandbox URL. Now what is the sender email? So as they're telling, this would be test at the rate of your sandbox URL. You have this, right? So you can just paste it over here. Test at the rate of your sandbox URL. Now recipient email. Okay, so this recipient email is the email address to which we want to send automated emails. uh, for a free account, Mailgun doesn't send automated emails to all the emails. So to send automated emails, we need to first verify our email address. So here I have verified these two email addresses. Only these two works because my account is free. Okay. If you want to send emails to any account, so what you have to do is you have to purchase some plan in Mailgun. Okay. For your project, I think free version is enough. You can just verify whatever account you want to receive the emails, and you can send emails to that. So sender email is this one, and recipient email also we got. Now how to send. uh, Similar to SMS class, we have email class. Okay, this also part of Bolt IoT Python module. Now it takes four parameters, as you know, this Mailgun API key, sandbox URL, sender email, and recipient email. So we have to create an object that is a mailer object. Now mailer.send email will send the mail, and here it takes two parameter. One is subject, and another is email body content. If you give only one parameter, it will consider it as a body content, and it will send without any subject. Okay, so this is optional parameter actually, the subject. uh, if you want to give, you can give, or else if you don't give, it will send without any subject. So this is how you can send automated emails. All right. So Bolt Python module allows us to send automated SMSs and automated emails. Now what about Telegram? And for Telegram messages, Telegram API is there, and it will allow us to send automated Telegram this messages. Okay, what is the setup needed for it? Okay, let me show you. So first we need a bot. We need a Telegram bot to send messages. So how you can create a bot? You can search for bot father, and this will be a verified account in Telegram, and come to this. Now here, so you can message start. Okay, this start will give you these commands. Now here, for a new bot, what is the command? Slash new bot. See, create a new bot slash new bot. So I have sent this. Now it is asking how are we going to call it? Please choose a name. So I have chosen this, but later it is asking for username, and I send this. This is already taken, so it is asking me to try something different, and I given my name. So you can also try with your name, because I think no one will try with your name. So this will work. Okay, it created my bot, and it has an bot ID. So this is the bot ID, you can see, right? So this 5 and this thing. So this is the bot ID or say API key. Now bot is done. Now the next thing that we require is a channel. Okay, so for that I have created this temperature alerts channel. Okay, so I have already tested this project, that's why these messages are there. uh, this channel, you have to make it as public. Hmm. And you have to add the bot into this channel. So two things that you have to remember: one thing is to make this channel public, and you have to add that bot to this channel. Okay, these two are the setup required for sending automated telegram SMSs, sorry, messages. Now we need this chat ID. See, alerts temperature Rajesh. So this is the chat ID. We need this, and the previous one that I mentioned, that bot ID, or say bot API key. So these two things are enough to send messages using Telegram API. Okay. Now all the required initial software setup is done. So now let's go to coding part and code it. Okay. Hmm. As you can see, these things work in Linux only. That's why in docs also they have mentioned the commands for Linux, how to install Bolt Python module, and how to create a file, those things. So for Linux, if you are using Windows or Mac, you can install a virtual box and use Linux there. But in Windows, this WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux, you can find it as an app in Microsoft Store, and it is very awesome. I mean, it is indirectly a Linux terminal, and you can get all the features that are provided by a Linux terminal. We can actually use it as a Linux system itself. Okay, now I am in the home page of it. Okay, so I have created a folder called Bolt. Okay, now I'm navigating to it. Okay, cd Bolt. Now I'm in the folder Bolt. So let's see what are the files in it folder. One is conf.py, main.py, and test.py. So these three files are there. What is conf.py? So this confidential.py will contain all the sensitive information, like our API keys, our chat IDs, any secure passwords, or any secure information related to our project. Why I'm storing it in another file is because this main Python file or main code will be visible to all users. Okay, so we don't want to expose the credentials to everyone. So that's why we have kept in another file, and this file we can hide it from others, or you can say hide it from users. That's why I have kept those credentials in this confidential.py, and the main .py will contain actual code. Okay, so let me open it. Nano conf.py. So this is the file. Hmm. Now what are the credentials required? So first is mailgun credentials that I have added. This is a Python file, so I'm just creating variables. This file has only variables, nothing extra. Uh, you can replace these things from the your account. From the your account, you can get those keys and you can replace it. You know how to get this API key, sandbox URL, and sandbox email. So see, this one I have created using string concatenation. So test at the rate of sandbox URL, right? You might have remembered. So this sandbox URL is this. Hmm. And recipient email is the email address that you have verified by Mailgun. Below credentials. Hmm. So this below credential, we need to add SID, authorized token, from number, and to number. And we need to make sure to add +91 before it. And this we are only going to copy it, so I think there will be no issue for this from number. Here bold credentials. What are the credentials that we need? API key and device ID. Okay, this API key and API key and device ID also I have shown how to get it from the Bolt cloud. Now for Telegram message, we need chat ID and bot ID, as I have already mentioned. Okay, so I have stored these credentials in this confidential.py. You have to replace it with your own credentials. Okay, now I'm just coming out of this file. So for that, escape and colon WQ. Okay, sorry. I think, mm, yes. Now I came out of this file. Now I'm opening main.py file. So this is the main code that is going to run. Okay. First, I have imported that confidential.py file because we are going to use those credentials. And from Bolt IoT, import these three classes. What are the classes? Email class, Bolt class, and SMS class. And import JSON and time. Okay, why JSON and why time? So these modules, some functions are there, right? Send SMS and also send email. These will return the output in JSON format. So we want to process the JSON file. For that, we need JSON module and time. This time module is useful for counting the time, because we're going to check the temperature, suppose every 10 seconds or say every 15 seconds. For that time, we need to measure the time. Okay, this time module is very useful in that case. Now input request, we're going to uh, give API request, that is Telegram API post request. For that we need this request module. This temperature alert device have to give alerts when it goes below the minimum limit and goes above the maximum limit, right? So for that we need the minimum limit and maximum limit. These are, so I have set the minimum limit as 300 and maximum limit as 600. Okay, so now I am just initializing those objects. So first is my Bolt is the Bolt device. These things you can get from Python docs, right? So I have already shown. And mailer, this is an object to send automated emails, and SMS object to send automated SMSs. And three functions I have created. One is send email. See, one is send email, send SMS, and send Telegram message. Okay. I'll explain each function, but let me go to the main function first. So this file is going to run in infinite loop. So that's why I have given while true. Now, whenever the program starts executing, I'm printing the reading sensor value. First, I have to read the sensor value. So where I have connected the LM35 sensor is A naught, that is analog to digital converter pin. So as you might remember from the hardware connections, so from that I am reading the analog output. Okay, so mybolt dot analog read, that is A0, because see, we are comparing with the 300 and 600, so we want analog out, sorry, analog value. We are not comparing with 0 and 1, right? So that's why we are not using digital here. Now this response will be in JSON format. We need to convert into a dictionary. For that, this JSON dot loads. So JSON dot loads will this function will return a dictionary. Okay, so it will connect the JSON file into a dictionary. Now I'm printing that the sensor value is this value that I have received from this data. So in the dictionary, under the key of value, I have the value. I'm converting into the string and concatenating to sensor value is, so that I can print. Okay, so it will print the sensor value. Now, so I'm trying to send a SMS, email, and Telegram message. So they can be error in any of these three steps. That's why I have added these three in try and catch blocks, so that the program doesn't stop executing in middle. I don't want my program to stop executing in middle. So if anything goes wrong, so it has to show me what is the problem and I'll fix it. But I don't want it to stop executing in the middle. Okay. So that's why I have included in try catch block. If there is any exception, I'm going to print that exception. So error occurred and below are the details. So it will print the exception. Now what I'm doing in this try block, the sensor value I'm converting into an integer so that I can compare. Under the key of value, I have the value that we have already printed also. So that I have now the value will be in sensor value. So first I'm making sure that the LED is off, because if the temperature is out of range, I'm going to turn it on. So before that, I'm making sure that the LED is off. So my bolt dot digital write at the 0 pin write low. That means turn it off. Now I'm actually comparing if the sensor value is greater than the maximum limit, or the sensor value is less than the minimum limit. These two things I'm checking. If anything is true, then what I'm going to do, I'm sending email, SMS, and Telegram message. That is, I'm giving alerts, and also at the same time, I'm turning the LED. So for that digital light at 0 pin, the value is high. Okay, that means turn it on. So these four things that I'm doing. So if anything goes wrong in one of the four steps, it will go to except block and will show me what is the error. Once it uh, executed, so I want the program to measure the temperature after 10 seconds. So that's why time dot sleep 10. So whatever the input that we give, so those many seconds the program will wait, and later it starts executing. Okay, for that we are going to use here this time mode. Now, so I think we have understood this main function. Let's go to those three functions and see what we are doing there. So I have written this send email, send SMS, and send telegram message. We don't know actually what we're doing. These three functions take a parameter, that is sensor value. Okay, so that I'm passing as a string. See, this sensor value I'm passing as a string. Now let's come from first function. What is the first function? That is telegram message. Okay, now we have to give API request. What is the URL of that API? That is api.telegram.org. This is HTTPS, and plus this telegram bot ID we have to give. I mean, which bot has to send automated SMS. Okay, so for that I'm giving confidential dot telegram bot ID. So in the confidential file, under the variable of telegram bot ID, I have the bot ID. Now slash send message is the command to send message, right? So this is the URL. Now this I'm creating a dictionary. Okay, in this data, one is key and another is value. Under the chat ID, I'm giving the chat ID. That means to which channel it has to send a message. Okay, I have mentioned which bot is sending message, but I didn't mention to which channel I have to send message, right? So for that, this conf dot telegram chat ID. And now what is the message, actual message? So current temperature value is plus temperature. So this temperature is string. So you might remember that we are passing it as a string, right? So I'm just concatenating this. Okay, this is the message that is going to be sent, and this is a chat ID. I mean, in this group, the bot will send the message, and what bot is going to send the message? The ID that we have mentioned here. Now we have the URL ready and also data ready. Now only thing left is to send the post request. You are sending the data actually. So this is the post request. Okay, this also I am adding in try and catch blocks. Okay, to catch any exception that occur. Now this, by using this request module, I'm request dot request this post request, and URL is this, and the params is data. So these three things you have to remember to send API request using Python. What type of request that we are doing, either get or post, and the URL of that API, and the data if it is post. Okay, so the params is a optional one. If it is a get request, then it will be none, obviously. Okay, uh, after sending the, like after uh, requesting the telegram API, it will send automated SMS, sorry, automated message. Now I'm printing what is the URL and what is the telegram response that I have received. Okay, so whatever the Response is given by the request module that I'm storing in response, right? So that I'm printing, and returning that either the telegram message has sent successfully or not. Okay. Now, if anything is wrong, as previously, an error occurred in sending the alert message via telegram, and I'm printing that exception and returning from the function. So this is send telegram message function. Let's see now send SMS. How we're going to send SMS? By using Trello. Okay. Um, we are writing this code in try and except block for catching any exceptions. First, I'm printing, making request to Twilio to send an SMS. Okay. Later, I'm using this send SMS function, SMS dot send SMS. The what is the SMS that I'm sending? The current temperature sensor value is this. This I have received from as a parameter. Hmm. And after that, I'm printing the response that I have received from Twilio. Hmm. Later, I'm printing the status of SMS. So uh, if the message sent like the message has been sent but it has been delivered or not, so that we can get to know from the status of SMS at Willow. That also I'm going to print over here and then returning. If any exception is there, then also I'm printing the exception and return. Okay. This send SMS function is as simple as that, nothing extra. So I have just used the code, that given in the Python docs, and used some print statement so that I can get to know where the program is stuck. Okay. If you don't use these many print statements, then you didn't understand that where your code is getting wrong. Now this send email function. Finally, in this send email function, first I'm printing, making request to mailgun to send an email. Later, I'm using this mailer dot send email, this function, to send email. What is the body of the mail? The current temperature sensor values, the temperature, this parameter that I have received. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'm not giving any subject, so it will be sent as a no subject email. Okay. Now, so this response is a JSON one, so that's why I'm loading it, and from that I'm printing it. Response received from mailgun is this response text. Under this dictionary, uh, under the message key, I have the message. Okay, that one I'm printing and returning. Same way, I'm printing the exception if anything is there. Okay. So this is the total software code required for the project. I think this is the major part, and this is the somewhat difficult part in this project, and the hardware connections are simple. And if you get to know all these credentials and this code, you can run this in Linux terminal, and it will be mm, running continuously, and monitors the temperature every 10 seconds and give you alerts if the temperature is out of threshold. Okay. So I'm exiting. Right. So thank you so much for being here throughout the event, and now Ashwin, you can take over.
Hello. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, Ashwin.
Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone who's in the chat. So, thank you so much, Rajesh, first of all, for the really informative session that you just had. So, before we proceeded to the Q&A section, we wanted to very quickly tell you guys about Bleak, which is a product which is based on the same idea that Rajesh has just explained during the tech round, the technical session. So Blake has a few more features based on the similar idea. It's got this sensor. You can see the wire connected to the device on the right hand side. So that's the temperature and humidity sensors. This is an industrial product. So This is a higher end sensor which is being used, and the device shows the temperature and humidity on the screen, the green colored screen that you can see. This is for the users to see the data of the device. Apart from that, the device also sends the data to the board cloud, and over the cloud, the users can visualize this data. Using that data, we also send out alerts via WhatsApp, phone call alerts, SMS, email alerts, and so on, as well as push notifications. So we just wanted to give you a brief idea about the concept that you just learned is even being used in the industry for industrial products as well, which you can definitely go ahead and build yourself over time as you get into the industry. And this particular product, as we just showed, is being used in various server rooms, pharmaceutical companies, production areas, and so on. So we just wanted to give you an idea about actual industrial use case based on the concept that you have just learned. So I think that's it from our side. We just wanted to share a little bit more information about Blake for your reference. And we can now move to the Q&A section. So Rajesh will help you out with any of the questions that you might have around the project that he just explained to you guys. Over to you, Rajesh.
Yeah, thank you, Ashwin. So, if you have any questions, you can post them in the chat. See, how can we have the board and connections at our place in order to implement the project, right? So that thing, right? If you are a Bolt student, you will receive a Bolt kit for your training. So you can get all the components that I have used in the project in that kit itself. Or if you're not a student, and you can buy the kit from any online shopping store. Is there any limit of sending number of messages through SMS and email, right? So there will be definitely a limit of number of SMS that are being sent and number of emails, because we're using a free account. Okay, so if you for industrial case, you have to buy a subscription from Twilio and Mailgun. Okay, and you already know that for Mailgun, you only can send emails to verified email accounts. So that is also some issue. Can we do this using Arduino? Yeah, obviously, I have actually explained this project using Bolt IoT Wi-Fi module, but you can do this also. How we perfect in coding for this just IoT? Okay, so for this project, you just only need a basic Python, right? So that you can learn from online. So Bolt has a Bolt Python training. You can definitely take it, and that will be very great, and you can learn Python very well. Okay. Is Bolt like an embedded system thing, sort of like to Arduino with extra IoT based extension? Yes, yes, yes. It's similar to Arduino. Can we do this project and put it in our CV? Yes, you can do that, because this is industrial level project, as Ashwin has shown you that Blake. Okay, so this is industrial, and you can put it in your resume. Difference between Raspberry Pi and Bolt. So the major difference will be the Wi-Fi modules, and Bolt Wi-Fi module. Sorry, Bolt gives a cloud support also, and also there will be major differences in pins. What are the pins, and what are the actual hardware that is being used on the boards? How to use Linux, right? So if you are using Linux itself as your OS, that is very easy. Or if you are using Windows, as I mentioned, you can get that from Microsoft Store, Windows subsystem for Linux, or you can search Ubuntu 20 point, or say Ubuntu 20 LTS. You can get. Can we on and off the system by code? which system? This temperature alert system. Yeah, you can obviously, if you keep that system on sleep, so that is being in off state, and so that depends upon how much sleep that you are giving in the code. Okay, which chip is connected on Bolt IoT module. So that a Wi-Fi module is connected, that is ESP8226, I guess. Not sure. How to maintain this? Okay. Uh, I think you only need to take care about the subscriptions of Pillow and Mailgun. I think everything will be done automatically. You only have to do that. Yes, you can. So by using WhatsApp API, you can also send automated WhatsApp messages. So WhatsApp also provides WhatsApp API to send automated WhatsApp messages. Okay, so thank you so much for being throughout the event, and I hope you all are enjoyed and learned something new in this event. And try building this project with the Bolt kit, and it will be very amazing, and you'll love it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.